Hi, I'm Linda Williams. This video is going to be about communicating with parents. And you want to start off the year right by setting up your communication with the parents. The first thing you want to do is let them know how often they can expect to hear from you and in what format. So, are you going to do a monthly newsletter? Do you make announcements in Google Classroom? Do you have a private Instagram that you want to use with your class, with your parents in your class? You want to let them know how often they can expect to hear from you and in what format. And the second thing is you want to let them know how they can reach out to you. Do you prefer to get an email? Would you like them to make an appointment with an office? The third thing, and probably the most important, is you want to communicate with them early on that you like kids, that you like this grade level, and that you enjoy their child in particularly, and that you're very happy to have them in your class. What parents are looking for in a teacher is a compassionate teacher, someone that really cares about their kid. So if you can convey this to parents early on, it will save you a lot of heartache. So there's a couple of things you can do with this. At the beginning of the year, you can call each parent just to introduce yourself. Tell them a little bit about yourself. Tell them you're excited for the year, that you can't wait. You've waited so long to have your own classroom, and you're really excited about this. You can also send them some kind of a survey and ask them to give you information about their child and their family. You can, at back to school night, tell them again how much you like children and how much you enjoy their child in particularly. Take every chance you get to express this sentiment. The first day of school, take the time to take that celebrity picture with the child and their parents standing outside the classroom. Accept the flower from the child that has brought you a small gift. If you're teaching kindergarten, consider inviting the parents to come on in and watch you start the day. Don't just have them stand there, put them to work. Mom, can you please collect all the hand sanitizer and put it on the back table? And Dad, can you make sure each child finds their cubby? So there are things you can do to invite the parents to be part of the classroom. Another thing I would encourage you to do is consider having parent volunteers. And I know that parent volunteers make a lot of you nervous, but I will tell you in my own experience, the parents that worked in my classroom were my biggest fans. They saw how hard I worked and they saw how much I cared. So I would suggest having a sign-up sheet. Would you like to volunteer to do something for our class, to read with children, or and have something for working parents to do too? There are a lot of parents that would be happy to cut laminated things out for you at home, or to cover books, or to staple packets together. And all you have to do is send the materials and some simple directions. And it's not just delegating the work. What this does is helps the parents to feel like they're part of the classroom community. So you want to pull them in to be part of the classroom community. And all of this will help anywhere down the road if you have to have a more difficult conversation. You're establishing a relationship with the parents of the children. So I would also encourage you, along with the volunteer list, to ask the parents if they have any hidden talents or interests that they might be willing to share with the class. I did this every year, and I was so pleasantly surprised by some of the talents that the parents had. One year I had a parent who was a magician, and he came in and did a magic show on Halloween for my students. Another year, I had a parent who had a bunch of Navajo artifacts from her own family history, and she came in and talked about her culture and shared these artifacts with the students. It was really interesting. I had another parent who worked in the aerospace industry, and he came in and did a demonstration on fire-resistant materials. and it was just really great. So people have all kinds of hidden talents out there, and if you don't ask, you might not know. It also, again, helps the parents feel part of the community of your classroom. I would also encourage you to invite parents to visit with you whenever they like, if you're comfortable with that, or to pop their head in the classroom after hours to say, "Hi, how are you doing?" and just chit chat with them a little bit. You might want to, as I said before, send some kind of a survey home at the beginning of the year. A survey can help you find out information about the child and their family. And one of the things I would want to do is make sure that I'm being respectful of family time, not assigning too many things to do outside of class that take up too much family time. In the survey, you can ask about that. Do you have a lot of after-school activities for your child? Be careful about what you're asking about. It would be a violation of FERPA to ask about ethnicity, religion, marital status, anything private like that. It also would be a violation of FERPA for you to disclose anything to someone else that a parent tells you about their family situation. So do be respectful about boundaries when you're asking questions. And I would suggest you keep your survey general. What is your child's favorite subject in school? What kind of books do they like to read? What do they like to do outside of school? What are some of their interests? And is there anything else that I need to know so I can better meet your students' need this year? And sometimes that's when parents will tell you something that you need to know about their home life or about the child's health or something like that. And again, that would be private information. So your job at the beginning of the year is to establish a good relationship with the parents of your students and to let them know whenever you can that you appreciate their child. Tell them a cute story about something their child did. You might also consider, as I mentioned before, using social media. Many of our parents today are quite savvy with social media. You could have a private Instagram or Facebook page or Twitter account and only allow the parents of this one year to follow it. And so if you post something like, here's a science project we did today, then the only people seeing it are the parents of your classroom. And think what a great way it would be to communicate quickly with a parent who has a particular need. Maybe there's a child in the class who has autism, and you just want to send a quick note on social media, say, she's having a good day, and that might really relieve the parent of a lot of worry and not take up so much time in a whole long phone call because it's just a quick blurb. So think about that and using those different tools that we have available to us, like Google Classroom and Instagram, and there's a bunch of different apps that you can use for parent communication. You could have a class website, and just invite the parents to be a part of the classroom community and tell them that you are looking forward to working with them and with their child. Thank you.